Have you ever thought to yourself, man, I wish there was some way I could see inside of this motor. I wish there was some way I could see behind this motor, between the motor and the firewall in this car. I got your answer today in shop tools I just can't live without. Today on Shop Tools I Just Can't Live Without, I'm bringing you the Milwaukee M12 360 degree scope. This tool is not something I use all the time. Let's start with that. It's something that I'll pull out when I need to actually inspect something, I need to see something without tearing something apart. You got that problem, this is what you need. It uses the M12, uses a standard M12 batteries like I use in some of my other Milwaukee tools. The particular kit that I bought came with a charger, one battery, and the scope kit itself. The screen on the scope turns almost 360 degrees. It's also lit, so as you can see here, I'll turn it on. See, it's got a little LED light that you can turn on and off. And like I said before, I've been in situations where I've had to look down inside of something, or I'm trying to find something in a motor or behind something, and without having to tear it apart, thinking, man, was there some way that I could figure this out? And this has made my life so much simpler. So let me show you a little demo of what I'm gonna do. I took the tank from this TS-185 dirt bike. I always like to look inside the tank to find out how much rust is there, to find out if I need to cream coat the inside of the tank to keep that crap from getting down into the carburetor. This is the tool I use to do that 100% of the time. I can slide it down inside the tank. I can look at the screen on the inside of the tank where the petcock comes through to see how dirty it is and something I need to pull apart. And I can actually do that. I can look at it without actually having to pull it apart. With that being said, let me show you this quick demo. I think this is something you guys are gonna like. So here it is, the Milwaukee M12 Inspection Scope, camera, whatever you want to call it. Again, I think I told you in the intro that it's not something I use every day, but man, when you need this, this is something that is almost invaluable. If you're working on a motorcycle, working on a car, even doing anything as far as construction, need to look inside of a wall, something like that. I've used this thing all over the place. It uses the same M12 battery that my other M12 tools use, which you guys saw in the cordless ratchet video. This particular unit came with a charger, hard case, a couple little mirrors and things like that, some hooks you can grab stuff with. I'm going to show you today a tank off of a TS-185 from a vintage dirt bike that I just bought. This is one of the things I use this for. A lot of times you buy these old bikes, you can kind of see down in here, you're like, oh look, it doesn't really look rusted. I want to kind of see what's the tank actually look like. You need to know if you need to be able to, you have to coat the inside of the tank, if there's anything you need to do before you actually put fuel inside of this. So what I use this camera for, now this is one of the the many uses I use this for. Fire it up. You see it has a battery indicator here down on the bottom. You can see right here on the screen a little bit of surface rust I was showing you earlier. I can even dig back into the back of this tank. Look at the fuel screen and it looks pretty clean, as you can see here. No real rust there. You can see there's a little bit of rust I saw on the tank seam. That gives you an idea. So that's this week's episode on Shop Tools I Can't Live Without, the Milwaukee M12 Inspection Scope. Again, something you guys are gonna probably not use a lot, but man, when you need it, it's something you gotta have. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button. Stay tuned for more from Goheen Cycles. We got some pretty interesting builds coming up. You just saw the tank from the TS-185. That'll probably be a couple months out, because actually we have a metric Cholo build we're planning on working on, which is starting. I'm pretty excited. It started here in a couple weeks. Custom fenders, air ride, sweet paint, lowered. It's gonna be pretty sweet. Make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm gonna have a whole probably 8 to 10 part web series on that. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.